We often overestimate what we can accomplish in a year, and we massively, massively underestimate what we can accomplish in a decade. Now, at nights, when I teach MBA classes to students at a couple of universities here in the Bay Area, during the final exam, I always ask them the same questions. If you're taking a course with me soon, just turn this off, please. Okay, don't watch this. Here's what I do. I hand out the final exam, and it's face down on everybody's desk. And then I tell them, okay, don't do anything yet, except open up the last page of the exam and complete that last page of the exam. You have 10 minutes. Don't look at any other pages. And they look at that page, the last page of the exam, and all it does is ask them to write down their best case scenario goals that they will accomplish in 10 years. Okay, and I tell them to think big and then think much, much bigger if they want to do well in the section. All right, and so they're sitting there, they're dreaming, they're thinking away, they're all in like a positive mood after. It's interesting. And then when the 10 minutes are done, I tell them to please stand up. And everyone stands up. They're like, what's going on? And I tell them, rip off that last page of the exam. And they do. And fold it in half. And then in half again. And again, half again if you can. Take it, put it in your wallet, your purse, your pocket, whatever. Carry it with you everywhere. Or put it on your mirror at home. Okay? And it's a great exercise to do. And I've been doing it myself every couple of years since I was a teenager. So having incredible dreams is one thing. And accomplishing them is another. And so in this section, we're going to come up with incredible 10-year goals. And then we're going to analyze how to achieve these goals so that everything you do from now on and how you structure your resume will help you make these dreams basically a reality. Okay? So 92% of people that write down their New Year's resolutions, right, on January 1st or 2nd, whatever, 92% of these people give up on them by January 15th every year. 92%. Why is this the case? Well, it's because they don't write down when they're going to accomplish these goals by. So quite often they actually repeat the exact same New Year's resolutions every single year, but they never realize their goals or their full potential in life. Since the when is so crucial, we're going to document not only what our goals are, but when we will achieve them. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to make our perfect, simple resume in 10 years today. If we know what our resume should look like in 10 years, then we can kind of focus on getting the job today that'll help us get closer to our 10-year goal, right? So as a result, the way you write your current resume is going to be influenced by your 10-year goals, as you might actually think about switching to a new career so that you can get closer to your 10-year goals. Okay, you're working towards accomplishing stuff in 10 years. So close to 100% of all people that have annual New Year's resolutions of losing weight put back on every single pound. Okay, so what does this have to do with a 10-year resume, Chris? Well, I also want you to include athletic goals in the personal section of your resume, or interest sections on your resume, like, I don't know, achieving a black belt in karate or winning a marathon. Why not? Remember to keep that incredible Malala speech in mind when you think you're being unrealistic with your goals. Okay, so whether or not you think you can achieve something, you're right. Now, the only way you can't succeed is by not starting. And so only 3% of people that write down their goals, and not surprisingly, are much more successful than the other 97% of people that do not write them down. And there's been a lot of studies done on this. Written goals on a 10-year resume get you out of bed in the morning, okay? Because they give you a sense of purpose, right? Knowing that today you're going to get closer to your goals, right? So writing down your goals is the quintessential motivator. So what should we do with our 10-year resume, once we complete it? What do we do with it, right? Well, tape it to your mirror so you can see in 10 years, what your life's going to be like. And ask yourself every morning when you look in that mirror, How can I become that person? Now, what can I accomplish today? You have to ask yourself that too when you look in the mirror. What can I accomplish today to get me closer to that goal? If a year has 365 days and a decade has 3,650 days, then all you need to do is get one 3,650th or a very, 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 very tiny percent closer to your goals every day, okay? And the actual number is this. It's literally 0.03%. So every day, yeah, you can get 0.03% closer to your goal. It's easily achievable, right? So this means that you'll get 0.03% at the end of every day. You know, after 10 days, it's 0.3%, and rinse, lather, repeat, you get it. Secondly, I want you to carry a copy of this resume with you in your pocket at all time, okay, or on your PDA, right, or your smartphone, whatever. And I want you to update it quite often, okay? And you're gonna end up updating it as you start to achieve your goals, right? So, you know, you're going to be at a point where you're pushing the goalpost out for yourself, right? Because what happens is success leads to more success, and you become really competitive with yourself. It's great. So later in the course, you can put your current and your 10-year resumes side by side and decide what additional steps you need to take to make sure that your 10-year resume goals will be achieved. We'll work on filling that gap.